On this episode of Star Wars Time Show, Nick and I will be talking about Star Wars Celebration 2020, because guess what, people? We've got dates and tickets are going on sale soon. And we'll also be talking about a rumored return of a kind of an awesome Empire Strikes Back character who is supposedly going to return in The Rise of Skywalker. Let's do it. Hey now, thanks again, announcer. That's right, it's Nick, it's Matt. We're back for a Friday show, and it's going to be a light one, but that doesn't mean it's going to be a bad one, because Nick and I will always make sure you are entertained. All right, buddy, so let's get into that first topic that the announcer introduced for us, and I love that announcer, by the way. He's got a great voice. So this week we got firm dates on Star Wars Celebration 2020, my friend, which is going to take place in Anaheim, California. And the dates, quite frankly, are they're a little off schedule for a celebration.
Yeah, it's definitely different than this year's celebration, which happened.
All celebrations, but every celebration that I've known of outside of the EUs have taken place in the spring.
Yeah, and now we're getting a deep summer celebration. We're talking. The dates for this one are August 27th to August 30th. So This is completely outside of your normal schedule if you are a celebration goer, if you're an every year kind of person or an every celebration kind of person. So it's a new look. And I know that, being in California, you don't have to worry about the blazing hot summers of Texas or anywhere else in the deep south, but still a little bit odd.
Oh, it's going to suck, man. That's going to suck. Like August, Southern California, it'll be a little hot.
Yeah, I mean, we won't get snow like we got in Chicago this year.
Dude, that weather. I'm not going to lie, though. Outside of my first two at Indy, and that's just because they were so new at that point. I'm talking Celebration 2 and 3. I think Chicago was fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, Chicago was my first experience, and I really enjoyed it. I do wish that I would have, taken more advantage of the show floor and really explored it a little bit more. But
oh yeah, we fucked that up.
Yeah,
but, we were trying to record and obviously drink beer. I mean, that was our main focus was. How quick can we see something cool and go back to Nick's room and record a podcast and drink some fucking Miller Lite or Coors Light?
Exactly. It was still a fantastic experience, though, getting to see the panels that I saw, getting to hang out with Matt and Ryan the intern and all of our friends.
I love that we call Ryan the intern. That's my favorite part.
I hope he's listening.
He doesn't even listen, so that's why we do.
Yeah, I hope he listens to at least the first 10 minutes of every show because we get a Ryan the intern mention in there.
Oh, yeah, he already told us. He's like, he can't listen until you and I add video to the cast. Like, his ADD is that bad. He can't listen to a podcast that's just pure audio. He's like, dude, will you guys just start putting videos so I can stay engaged? It's like, yeah, we've talked about it.
Yeah, we might get there.
I mean, Nick charges a lot to put his face on camera. That's our biggest roadblock.
I know. And, I got cats jumping in front of my screen. And
do it. I mean, he charges money for his face to be seen. So.
One day.
He takes care of that face, and he wants people to pay for it to see it.
One day we will get there. As soon as we start raking in the sponsorships and the ad deals.
Right, because I already told you we're never doing Patreon or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But we'll take donations.
We'll take donations to get our butts to Star Wars Celebration 2020.
Yeah, Anaheim. But anyways, I mean, I'm not going to lie. Chicago was fantastic. The mass transit, all that was great. And the fact that you didn't need a badge to get in. You got to give credit to Chicago for that. I mean,
yeah,
I can't tell you how many people we smuggled into that fucking show without badges.
Yeah, it's just like,
and there was no problems.
Yep, just have a coat on and have a lanyard kind of sticking out of your collar. And
you really didn't even need that. I mean, it was so fucking. It was the wild, wild west. And I still feel bad that my man didn't get to see some of the big time stuff like the TROS reveal because he could have walked in.
I probably could have.
We're good. Here's the problem. We're good people.
Yeah.
We're like, we have this many passes. That's all we're going to do. But as we went in, they were literally like, hey, fuck it.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck it. All right. You have a phone. Okay, you're in.
Yeah. We'll see. We got a little over a year to see if Anaheim will be the Wild Wild West.
Right, but here's the problem, buddy, because we got the dates it's going to take place. So again, August 27th through 30. So it's going to be 1 day shorter than Chicago was. Chicago, I believe, is the longest celebration to date. But we also got the on sale date, and some people are probably going, well, who cares? I mean, whatever. Trust me. If you want to go to Star Wars Celebration 2020 in Anaheim and get a 4-day pass or the Jedi VIP, you need to buy them
day one
on the on sale date.
Yeah, day one.
The 5 days may make it a few days. The Jedi VIPs will literally sell out within an hour or two. All right, so these Star Wars Celebration 2020 tickets are going on sale June 21, which is Friday. So if you're listening to this, day one, it's probably Tuesday. So within the next 3 days, you better be ready to start plunking down your money on the link we have for you in this post, which I'm sure my man will link to you in the cast post when it's published. So yeah, June 21, Star Wars Celebration 2020 tickets go on sale at
9 a.m. Pacific time. So if you're in
12 East, 11 Central for those of you that are stupid.
Yep. And then if you live in Mountain Time, which I don't know why you would, it's 10 a.m. So
there you go. Nick covered our other time zone.
We got all of them covered. Excuse me.
But time zones are ridiculous. Actually, time zones make sense. Daylight savings at this point is stupid.
Yes, I agree with that wholeheartedly. Right. Just keep the times the same.
Yeah, time zones do make sense because, I mean, imagine if these assholes on the West Coast had to adhere to our time on the East.
Yeah, they would be...
It'd be 10:30 right now, and it's fucking bright and sunny.
Yeah, they'd be like, what the fuck is going on here? Anyway, Matt, 2020 Star Wars Celebration, what the hell is going to be there? No movies. We got one
that
video
is a good
game.
question, dude, and that's kind of what I brought up in the post here. I honestly think probably the big heavy will be Cassian.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I think that'll be, you're getting your first reveals here and there. But it could also be, didn't we at one point stumble across some factual information that there's probably going to be another live action series, potentially Obi-Wan?
We did. We talked about a potential
Well, Bob,
third.
I believe Iger said, we got another planned live action coming because at this point we know for a fact we're not getting another movie till 2022. So they're probably not going to be showing off anything for a movie at Star Wars 2020. You may get the reveal as to what the movie's going to be. Yep. Hey, if you get in my way, asshole, I'm going to fucking pinch you. You hear me? You dumb fur bag fuck. Sorry, people. My cat's trying to step on my keyboard and turn off my mic stand, and I had to give him a pinch on his ass. But you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. It's going to be hard to give any kind of substantial information about a movie. Like, that's 2 years away.
Yeah, exactly. So it's...
Unless we get something about... So we had the story come out about Leda Calligridis writing a KOTOR material.
Right. That's what I mean. I mean,
we could get something there. Who knows?
But still, we're not getting a movie till 2022, 2 years beyond the Star Wars 2020 celebration. So I don't see it happening. So I believe this entire celebration would be excuse me, people, I'm a mess. It'd be dedicated to Disney Plus.
And maybe if
I don't know if that's something I can get super up about, especially traveling from the East Coast to the West.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna
all the money, and it's just like, man. I mean, I know our boy Everything Kyler's like, yo, you bros coming out because I believe he lives right there, and I'd love to see the guy in person. I told him, like, up in the air, man. It's up in the air, honestly, for Star Wars time.
Yeah, I really want to see if there's any kind of big lead-in announcements. Like, I know if you wait till the last minute to get tickets for Star Wars Celebration, then there's a high likelihood that you're going to get stuck with a one-day pass or, something like that. But if we get a good lead-in, like if by January of next year, say, they come out and they announce, all right, here's the third live action series. Plus, here's 2 new video games that are going to be coming out. And we have
there you go. Yeah, all right.
You know,
some video games, something.
Yeah, because, I mean, one of the big panels at Chicago this year was Fallen Order. That was one that, like, we saw massive lines for in the snow. Like, it was, like, just downpouring snow, and people were lined up almost down the block to get in to see Fallen Order.
It was worse than trying to see the reveal for The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah. So Star Wars fans love their video games, and it looks like Respawn's going to really knock this one out the park with Fallen Order. So if they can, if you know, Lucasfilm and EA come out and say, hey, we're coming off hot from Fallen Order, and we're not going to wait. We're going to give you guys a reveal during Celebration for 2 new games that are going to come out in 2021. Plus, we have Cassian. Plus, we have, you know, maybe Mando Season 2, you know? Like, Mando Season 2 reveal.
I agree. I mean, all it sounds great, though. It just comes down to it, Nick. Are you willing to spend the money and the frustration to go out to California?
I know.
That's the problem. The problem's not even getting to California. The problem is it's California.
Exactly.
Like, Southern California. So we're talking, if you fly in the LAX, you're going to take 3 hours to get to Anaheim.
Yeah. It's
3 hours, and it's not a 3-hour trip in terms of pure mileage.
Yeah, it's...
if you fly into San Diego, you're probably going to have to drive an hour and a half to 2 hours north to get there.
It's gonna be.
It just, to me, it's a goddamn. It's a logistical nightmare.
Yeah.
Because of where it's at.
Yeah, and then, you know, you're gonna have to pay for lodging, and everybody knows that California is a little bit more expensive than some other places in the United States.
A little bit, dude. I stayed in a place called the Murder Hotel because multiple people have been murdered there on Skid Row. That's where I used to stay for E3, and it still cost me like $180 a night. Literally in a hotel, they found the girl's body in the water system in the tank on the roof because she got murdered.
Oh, my God.
And, like, I mean, some of the rooms didn't even have plumbing in the room. Like, this is how bad this place is. And I'm still spending almost $200 a night.
Nice. Where we stayed at in Chicago, we were only paying $180 a night. It was like a 4-star hotel.
And that was like luxury shit.
Yeah. That was a pretty damn
exactly.
Nice
That's my point. I mean, that's why I mean, if Celebration 2020 was taking place anywhere but Southern Cal, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, but hey, look, Everything Kylo, if you're listening right now, you want to throw us some free lodging for the Star Wars time, boys, we could stay at your house, sleep in your backyard.
Dude, we could just fucking throw up a tent in your backyard or something, brother. That would help.
Yeah.
That would help. But I know I can't go to Anaheim for probably less than $1,000.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be an expensive trip.
Just to fly there and lodge, let alone anything else.
Yeah. So,
I mean, Chicago wasn't cheap either, my friend. You know that.
No, it wasn't. It was not cheap. I mean, we made sure. I mean, we had fun at night. Like, we went out, we had dinner, we had some good times. We weren't trying to spare expense, to quote Jurassic Park. But, we had a good time. We did spend a hefty amount of change here and there, but I mean, we enjoyed the experience. But to enjoy the experience in California may be a little different. So, for those of you who are going to be going, who are like dead set 100%, let us know. Hit us up on Instagram or any of the other socials.
My cat literally has flea shit all over himself.
Nice.
Have you ever had your cats ever get fleas?
No, my cats stay inside.
Yeah, good for you. Well, so does mine, so I'm the asshole then, because I must be bringing them in. But this dude, literally, if you just rub through his hair, you can see flea shit everywhere.
Oh, poor buddy.
It's like I almost just want to like shave him.
You gotta take him to a groomer.
Oh my god, dude! There's like shit particles everywhere. These fleas are so tiny, and their shit is bigger than they are. It's like fossilized too. All right. Anyways.
Anyway, 2020.
Moving on. So Star Wars Celebration 2020 going down August 27th through 30, Anaheim. Tickets going live June 21st, 9 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Mountain, 11 a.m. Central, and 12 p.m. East.
All right.
So up next, buddy. We got a new rumor for TROS. We got a Rise of Skywalker rumor this week, and it's one that honestly I think has a decent amount of credence behind it. All right, so some dude on Twitter, I believe, Cad Baines Bounty at Cad Baines Bounty, fantastic handle.
Yep.
He noticed in one of those Vanity Fair shots we talked about, Nick, the one in particular that featured old Lando in the cockpit of the Falcon. I believe he was with Chewie and Poe. But he zoomed in on something interesting on Lando's wrist. And if you look at his zoomed-in picture and then a picture from Empire Strikes Back, what Cad Baines Bounty is implying is that Lando is still wearing the same communicator watch he used on Bespin to talk with Lobot.
Yeah.
So what could that mean?
I mean, Lobot he's an android, so I don't think he's susceptible to, like, aging and death just like a normal human would be. So
he's kind of like a Data.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. He's
like
kind of
from
like Data from
Star Trek TNG. He's like a Data.
Yeah. Perfect example. So
or Bishop from Alien.
To me, it would make sense if he was still around and if Lando still had him around as like not really a personal assistant, but like a confidant, like just kind of using him like Data in TNG. Like he is
like a robot slave.
Indentured servant, maybe.
Yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty clear shot. And if you remember in ESB, as they're walking down the hallway, once they're captured by the Empire, kind of Lando pulls this move. He hits a few buttons on his watch, and then the next scene flashes in, and there's Lobot, comes to life. His little his headset starts flashing colors, and then all of a sudden, boom, they set up the ambush to free Leia, Lando, Chewie from the clutches of the Empire, and then have them get off of Bespin. So it's really interesting to see this still around. I don't know if you can like set it up to communicate with other people or if this is just specifically set up to communicate with Lobot, but I would enjoy seeing Lobot back in here.
I mean, you have to agree the watch is spot on.
Oh, yeah. It's 100%.
I mean, it's literally the same shit.
Yeah, like even through, it's kind of semi-covered by his sleeve, but even through that, you can see like the same 3 buttons at the top. You can see the little white buttons underneath those. The strap is the same.
I love, Nick, I just love it's so like 1970s.
Yeah, it's
prop
like
shit.
1970s futuristic. Yeah. They're like, everybody's going to wear these in the future.
Yeah, I mean, because they were probably shooting Empire, 78, 79. It came out in 80.
Yep.
It's just like, I mean, this is so fucking 70s. It's got the toggles on it, like it's analog.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, a lot of people, if you've been into anything computer science, you understand that there is old analog technologies like analog thermometers, this, that, and the other thing. This is analog. I mean, it's as analog it gets. Everything you need it to work, you got to flip a dial.
Yeah, and
there's no digital shit going on in this.
And they were close. I mean, a lot of people do wear super square watches on their wrist every day now. It's just not, this fashion.
I mean, look at it. I love it. Even if you just look at the image from Empire, I mean, you can see the 3 switches. The 2 white things almost look like they're little tape recorder deals.
I was going to say, it almost looks like it's mini tape reels.
Yeah, right? And then it's like the black rectangle there, dude. It almost looks like a little keyboard.
Yeah, it's just the way that they put this together back then is perfect. I mean, it would fool anybody. Anybody would look at that back in 1980 and be like, holy shit, man, I hope they have these in 5-10 years for me to wear. But now,
I can flip this switch and it'll enable a trap door.
Yeah, like people probably thought like, oh man, one of these switches can be for our garage door. One of these switches can be for something, to turn on a light switch. Like, oh my god.
And now all you need is a touchscreen.
Yep, that's it. There's no need for any.
So I mean, honestly, dude, do you think this hints at a Lobot cameo or a Lobot role here?
I mean, Lando on the Falcon with Chewie, that they usually have a droid with them on the Falcon. What if Lobot takes that place and since we know that 3PO is going to be with Poe and Finn, he's going to be hanging out with those guys.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I guess I've never looked at Lobot as the same as a 3PO or R2.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely different. Like
I do feel like he's, and this is weird because they're still robots, I do feel like he's more of a self-aware Data I mean, 3PO's self-aware, I guess.
Yeah.
R2's self-aware. I mean, it's different in the Star Wars universe. I don't know. I feel like Lobot is different than a pure droid.
Yeah, like C-3PO is not going to tell fucking Luke like, "Hey, fuck off. I don't want to go on the Falcon with you this round." Where Lobot probably could. He could probably be like,
because didn't
Lando.
I mean, EU, you may know better than me, but didn't Lobot end up running Bespin?
Yeah, he was in charge of the day-to-day
or Cloud City at least.
Yeah,
after Lando left with the rebels.
Yeah, I believe that was established in new canon that he took over like the administration role of Bespin.
I mean, again, I don't know the ins and outs of Lobot outside of that he is an android, but maybe he is more human than a typical bot in Star Wars.
Yeah. So I think it's pretty cool. If he does show up, I would really enjoy it. I'd like to see how they execute that.
Exactly.
Though.
Like it'd be, how does it come into play?
Yeah.
Does Lando use him to get out of a pinch again only, which I think would be ideal.
Like what if he's still running Bespin and Lando dials him up on the watch and say like, "Hey buddy, I'm flying in."
That's what I would prefer, and not just like, "Hey, I'm coming in to say hi," but we need you for something.
Yeah, we have a task that we need to
do. Like I don't want Lobot to become a companion. Like, hey, he's the new lead, but I would like a cameo sort of role, not just he pops up, but Lando, hey buddy, remember me? I really need a favor right now.
Yeah, exactly. And he just stays as stoic as he always was in ESB.
Right. He doesn't say a goddamn word and just does what Lando asks of him.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So
I thought that is kind of a cool little rumor to pop up. And honestly, I think there's a fair amount of validity behind it just based on Cad Bane's Bounty's research. I mean, he did a great job here. Kind of highlighting the shot from the Vanity Fair piece and comparing it to an existing shot from Empire.
Yeah, I mean, it was really good work done there. Very, very keen eye by Cad Bane's Bounty, and it could turn out to be something real, so good stuff.
Yes.
Better than some of the other shit that we've talked about in terms of rumors on
Star
Wars.
I mean, it's been light. I mean, it's the summer. We got the big reveal at Celebration. We knew it. I mean, we're probably not going to get anything major until D23, right, buddy?
Yep.
I mean, that's what? July-ish, mid-July.
Yeah, around there, summertime. And then we just got big news on Fallen Order from E3. So the news, is not really a surprise that it's kind of dry right now.
But that's not going to stop our two happy asses.
Yeah.
We're always going to have something to talk about and hopefully entertain you. So a few other things. We're not going to go long tonight. Nick's AIDS has flared up again. So,
yeah, you could probably hear my voice is not the silky
he sounds
smooth.
all right, but again, we gotta feel bad for him. His HIV gets wonky every once in a while.
Every now and then.
So the next two things, I mean, these are just mentions because we're Star Wars fans. We know you people listening to us are probably Star Wars fans. I hope you are. If you're not, you're fucking stupid because I wouldn't waste your time with us if you're not a Star Wars fan. But if you are, then yes, you should definitely dedicate your lives to us. We get it. But, being someone that has a job that offers flexibility throughout the day, I tend to stumble upon things that I like to call internet web gems. And, of course, on StarWarsTime.net, I'm going to only share Star Wars-related web gems and kind of came up with two this week. So, again, Nick and I, we're not going to sit here and break them down or anything. These are just things I want to highlight for you all. So the first one, it's on StarWarsTime.net right now. If you get there at a later date, just search Little Girl or Galaxy's Edge. It'll pop up. But this week, a video came out of a little girl at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in Anaheim interacting with one of the employees, one of the role players, dressed as a First Order officer. And the exchange is fantastic. We're not going to talk about it. I just suggest you look at it. And really, the key thing here, my friends, is what this offers up, this clip. It just goes to show you how immersive Disney has committed itself, the employees of Galaxy's Edge, and just being dedicated to fans that they've made this experience.
Yeah,
so
that was what
gotta
I
check
pulled
it out.
from it.
You just watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is why you need to go to Galaxy's Edge if you've needed another reason to go. Which, if you have, you're not a real Star Wars fan. So go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it's really fun stuff. The immersion is there, and it also goes to show that this park is not just for, older Star Wars fans or middle-aged guys. Like,
this ain't scripted bullshit.
Yeah.
This isn't a time of the day you can go watch a show. This is all day, every day. At any minute, you could be part of the experience.
Exactly. So it was really fun to watch. 2 minutes long. Go on there, search Galaxy's Edge, search Little Girl Galaxy's Edge. It'll pop up.
Yeah, it's
worth
very
your
fun.
time.
Trust me, if you have a soul, you will feel good
Yeah.
watching it.
Very good stuff.
The next one here, and this one I'm kind of embarrassed on, especially because I essentially have a site called Entertainment Buddha, which is a reflection of myself. I consider myself enlightened in all things pop culture and entertainment. But I've missed this video. It's been out for over a year now. But it's a fan video that paints an extremely heartwarming tale of the Jedi, but it's done through the lens of Luke Skywalker and ultimately his father, Anakin. It's damn near 9 minutes long, so it's not a quick watch, but it is a video I highly encourage any Star Wars fan to watch, especially those of you that are a little bummed out about the new trilogy, because I think this video does a great job of combining all three trilogies into one cohesive offering as to, hey, everyone, calm down. Take a fucking chill pill. This is why we love Star Wars.
Yeah. I mean, what I really enjoyed about this was the speeches that the creator chose to
fantastic.
overlay. And they're both from Yoda. You get the Yoda from Return of the Jedi, then you get Yoda from Last Jedi as your primary.
Well, even some
methods.
Empire Yoda,
Even-
right?
yeah.
There's some Empire warnings in here. And Nick's right, because they time the clips to the very pertinent messages you're hearing.
Yep. It was really well done.
Like, oh, you want adventure, when he's talking to Luke, and they show the clip of Luke celebrating with Han and Leia after Battle of Yavin. It's beautiful. I mean, I'm not scared to admit, people. I'm a sensitive guy. When I was watching this, I got misty-eyed. I got a little choked up. I felt that weird fucking ball feeling in your throat that as a man you want to choke down and that you never want it to come back again because it makes you feel like you're a pussy. I had it.
I did.
It feels good. It feels good to do that, especially when it's Star Wars. So check this thing out.
I didn't cry, I didn't get choked up, but this was definitely an emotional video. Like the way that it was.
Let's be real. Nick's a
executed.
man's man. I'm a pussy.
It's true. It's true. Even though I'm the Jedi of this relationship.
He's got really big hairy balls, and I don't.
But it was a really well made video. I'm glad I watched it, and it does, like Matt said, it really combines the three trilogies into a really fantastic fashion.
It's great. I mean,
Luke Skywalker.
Anytime you can make the prequels seem like they had emotional value, you win in my book.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what this video does.
And they really did it here. So fantastic job. Go on there, search Luke Skywalker.
I might even watch it again when we're done, just because I'm a little buzzed up and I kind of like to feel depressed. That's kind of my like operating mode. I feel the best when I'm depressed. So, after the cast, I'll probably sit here and maybe drink another beer and get all depressed in my underwear.
There you go. Matt might have a teary-eyed Instagram video.
Hey, buddies, this is what happens when you start approaching your 40s.
There we go.
A few more weeks. Fuck, not even months. A few more weeks, I'll be 39. Before you know it, the big 4-0 comes, and I might as well just jump off a cliff.
Yep. You're sliding downhill then. But
it is rough, man. But what kind of gives me hope is the fact that you and I still do this, and every Friday we get around the mics and we talk about our favorite Star Wars artists and fan artists, that is. These sometimes aren't the people getting paid to make Star Wars art. They're the people that just do it because they love Star Wars. So I do my thing throughout the week. Nick does his thing on Friday, and that leads us to our top 5 Instagram picks of the week, a.k.a. the top 5 Star Wars artists of the week.
And what I really enjoy about this is that I just get to immerse myself in Star Wars art like I've never seen before. Matt's a part of this world. He made the show floor at Celebration one of 5 artists to be featured at the Hasbro booth.
Thank you.
He's the man. He made the
Instagram
big
could
time.
give a rat's ass, but I'm glad Nick at least gives me the recognition.
Hasbro gave you the recognition. Star Wars themselves gave you the
recognition. Nick, I had a post this week. I'm not going to lie. I shared it. It's reach. Out of my 3,400 followers, it's reach 200.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's just
Fuck off,
I will
Instagram.
say,
Mark Zuckerberg, eat a bag of dicks.
I will say that working in social media, I know that Instagram just rewrote their algorithm.
Oh, so it is. Something did happen,
Yeah,
you
something
motherfucker.
happened.
Look at this. Nick's got the inside.
Yeah.
We have never talked about this, but Nick, he works for the Facebook army.
Yeah, I am a social
He's
media slave.
He's one step away from the Russian ads that fucked the election in 2016.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I actually worked at the big house when when that was happening. I worked over there.
You can tell it happened. It's real, my friend.
Oh,
but
real. It's real. But yes, Instagram rewrote their algorithm
Dude, it makes I'm glad you brought that up because, I mean, I've lamented my troubles for months, years on Star Wars time with Instagram. But the past few weeks in particular, especially this one, I was like, holy shit. Things are really starting to get dire now. I mean, SWTS hit me up. He's like, dude, what's happening? He's like, my shots are only going to maybe 10% of my followers now, and he's got, I think, 10,000 plus.
So essentially what they did, it released this week. So for those of you who were catching it this week.
Dude, Nick, I don't even know if you understand the gravity of the information you're dropping for the people that listen to this cast right now. Because I can tell you right now, we're not dumb. Our audience is 90% toy photographers on Instagram right now. And you're telling them exactly what they want to hear.
Yeah. So if you remember,
give it to them, Nick. Give it to them.
If you go back probably 7 to 9 years, a very similar algorithm rewrite happened with Facebook. And what essentially happened is they reduced, and this was all a tactic, it was kind of a tactic to encourage people to use their advertisement, to use Facebook ads. But essentially what they did was they dropped organic reach for pages. So if you had a Facebook page and you were doing posts, they dropped your organic reach from basically being able to reach as much as possible based on the number of people who actively engage with your page to dropping it to a maximum of around 10% of your audience based on, and then you would increase based on interaction. So it's a similar rewrite has happened with Instagram.
Dude, I mean, when you write the post this week, dude, that's what you lead with.
Yes,
I'm not kidding. Fucking say we talked about how Instagram got even worse this week.
So
I'm not kidding. This is like huge shit to even me, my friends. Like Nick is dropping bombs into my retinas right now.
Now, I don't work over there anymore. So I only get it from working in the advertising side of Instagram and Facebook.
Hey, he knows what he knows, and it's more than what we know, my friends.
So there was an algorithm rewrite. It did have an effect on organic reach for accounts and for business pages within Instagram. So, and it's I'm gonna say it, and we don't get a ton of listeners, so it's not gonna matter. But this is all a tactic to get people to start spending money on boosting their
shit, this is huge. Presence. Dude, you almost have to write a fucking opus on this. I'm telling you right now, if you sat down tomorrow and laid this out, it would be our most popular post to date. I'm not even fucking playing around.
I will.
People, this is something people search for on the internet, man. Like this is what we're talking about. This is where we need our SEO and organic search love. This is it right here.
Yeah, I mean,
you take it to the page. You get the pen and you take it to the paper, buddy. Because you've got stuff that people want to know.
I may write up a piece on how Instagram has just become far more difficult.
And relate it to our Star Wars toy photography. This to me, I just want to shut up and listen to you talk about this for the next 30 minutes. I'm telling you, and this is me, and you know who listens to us. You've got a gem on your hands right here.
Yeah. I know the audience, so I just want to put it out there for you guys that you're not.
Yes.
It's not in your head. It's not something that just
thank you. But dude, I'm telling you, people need to know this because Instagram doesn't tell us, Facebook doesn't tell us.
Yeah.
So you're our hero.
And just to put it in a bit of perspective, this
we
is actually
don't need another hero.
This is gonna hit Instagram a little bit harder than it hit Facebook because
oh my god,
because Instagram doesn't have built-in organic sharing. So with Facebook, if you use Facebook, you know that if you post something on your page and it gets shared, all of the likes stay attributed to your post. Like, people can share it in a particular way.
I told you, he's got the goddamn science.
Yeah, so people can share things in a particular way where they can draw likes of their own. But for the most part, if you do a straight share, then those likes will attribute themselves to the original post from the page. With Instagram, there's no organic sharing.
No, you're right. All you can do is share to your story.
Yeah.
Or other outside third-party social media.
Yeah, so
do what we do and fucking pay some dick off a repost bullshit.
That's what I was going to say.
Honestly, they fucked up so bad now that I used to love doing my Star Wars time shares in the morning. Now it is the worst part of my day because of how fucked up Repost made their app, because they're saying Apple didn't want us to allow you to save people's images anymore to your device. You know what I say? Fuck you, Apple. Fuck you, Repost.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So it's going to hit it a little bit harder because you don't have the opportunity for those shares, and then building likes on top of the organic shares that you get. Now you're just going to feel the pain of the organic reach reduction without really having any way to encourage people to share it and then boost your presence without having to pay.
This is so depressing, but you're so right. Like, you have to. If you feel okay tomorrow, you have to put this in writing.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding around. I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. This is shit that I live to hear because I'm someone that, honestly, we've talked about this a million times.
Yeah.
I feel like Instagram is purposely taking its fist and jamming it up my asshole.
Yeah, and now they really did.
And now you're basically saying, yeah, that's right, and they're also jamming another one up your dick hole.
Yeah, so I don't know what the product roadmap looks like for Instagram, but for people out there...
I mean, who wants to know what it looks like? You just told us it looks like fucking vomit.
But one thing that I do encourage people who use Instagram, like our artist friends out here who listen to us, write to them, tweet at them, Instagram tag them, Facebook tag them, and tell them that you want organic sharing within the app.
Because they care. I mean, we've been asking just to have our feeds go back to chronological for the past 3 years, and they're like, whatever.
Yeah, no, that was...
Mark's like, eat a dick. I don't give a fuck.
Well,
I'm selling your data to everybody. I'm leaking your data to everybody. No one's data is safe. And by the way, you're not going to get what you want on our platforms.
Yeah,
because
so
I don't give a fuck.
I'll tell you what's going to happen, because that's exactly the same roadmap that Facebook took. So Facebook, first, what they did was they started listing things based off of their algorithmic their algorithmic decisions on what they think you would want to see first, instead of putting it chronologically. Then they had the knock to organic reach.
Which makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah. Then they had the knock to organic.
The shit I want to see is the shit I choose to follow, not what some fucking AI thinks I want to do based on shit I've clicked on.
Yeah. But then what they did was they added an option. So they didn't change the base algorithm for how news feeds work, but what they did was they added the option in for you to go in and manually select when you want to list it by most recent or when you want to list it by preferred, or however they kind of position it that way.
I'm literally, after this cast, I'm throwing up a post on our Instagram teasing your revelations. 'Cause I mean, I'm telling you right now, people need to hear this stuff. You're going to become the Jesus Christ of Instagram toy photography with this type of information. Like, you're not Jesus Christ. You're like the Moses coming down from the mountain.
Yeah.
and dropping knowledge on concrete tablets on our faces.
I'm just trying to help our listeners and our
yeah, you're trying to help
out.
us not fucking jump off of bridges because we all think we're losers now because no one likes our shit.
Yeah, but you're
telling us why. It's literally the fucking company saying, eat our fucking dicks and pay us.
Yeah. But the next thing that you can probably expect from IG...
Oh, just stop. I can't take it anymore, Nick.
You can probably expect them to implement a system where it will allow you to sort by most recent within your feed, but it won't be the default. That'll probably be what comes next. But...
Who are the jerk-offs that sold this to Mark again?
I don't know. I don't remember the
I know they've quit. I mean, I know he brought them into the fold, but I believe they quit last year because of what Facebook has done to Instagram.
Yeah, I mean, they took it down the same roadmap as they did for Facebook. So what you're seeing here
is Facebook still growing though? Honestly, is it growing?
I'm not sure. Like they've probably reached a market share cap where they can't really go anymore in terms of users.
I mean, dude, I'm a professor. I deal with high school kids and kids out of high school, and in this day and age, that generation is like, Facebook is for losers.
Yeah, like they're not getting as many. So where their user base is growing is introduction.
Old assholes like older than me.
Yeah, like older people,
like our parents, basically.
And introduction into new regions is where they get,
or like corporate America.
Yeah, like there's a lot of. There's a growing presence for businesses on Facebook, but the individual user base is still growing, but it's growing because they've introduced the product, like they've introduced Facebook into new regions that weren't allowed to use it before. So
like poor people in like third world countries are joining.
Anyway, we're way off fucking topic here, but I will put up a piece.
But honestly, Nick, I know you're feeling shitty. I know you wanted to be done early. That was a highly worthwhile tangent.
Yeah. So I
honestly think, like I said, that's the motherfucking lead title for this cast, dude. Fuck the other shit. Fuck Lobot. Fuck Celebration. Just put, I can tell you why your Instagram sucks now. Like that's the lead right there.
Yeah.
Star Wars Time tells you why your Instagram sucks.
There we go. Insider information from somebody.
That was fucking money. All right, let's get into Nick's top 5. Sorry, my
top
friends.
5.
I don't know if that was my fault or Nick's fault, but we're here.
Top 5. Yeah, I mean, I did know when you brought it up. I was like, I might as well tell him here. So
you motherfucker, I'm sitting here like all week going, should I delete my account? And this guy's sitting on knowledge like, no, because you're getting. This is a design program fuck.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just you. It's everybody's getting the shaft here. But our top 5's not getting the shaft because we put out these pictures that you guys put out to the world, and we want to boost you as much as possible. God. It's our goal to boost you guys as much as possible.
Yeah, well, especially now.
IG may have fucked you, but we're not going to fuck you. We're trying to give you as much credit and as much of a signal boost as possible.
But as Nick said, all the likes you get through our shares of your shit stick with us.
I know,
anyways,
and like it's a killer, and that's why I close out every top 5 cast or every top 5 post with follow these artists, and I link you guys. I put links to your page on the post under the images all the time. We go out of our way to make sure that we give you credit and we give people easy access to your accounts.
Like, I just want to delete my account at this point. I can't even get over what you just told me.
I know. It's a killer, but
it's exactly what we've been saying. I mean, you've just confirmed everything that everyone's been thinking.
Yeah. So, sorry guys. It's a bad way to kick off the top 5, but I guarantee you.
Oh my God. I'm going to go burn my camera.
I guarantee you the top 5 this week are fantastic, and
he's right. All right, I'll drag my ass up here. I'll get motivated. All right, buddy. Who's number 1 here?
Number 1 here is a returning top 5 member at TK Burgett, and they have.
For some reason, when I see his name, I see TK Beergut.
Beergut, Bergut, but Berget. And I've always been a fan of the trooper shots. Like, you go back into the top 5s historically, and there's probably a trooper shot in most of them. And TK Burgett here really knocks it out the park with a very poignant trooper black and white shot. You just see a original trilogy stormtrooper face down in the sand, probably dead. This is probably a dead trooper. And the way that the shot is composed with the foreground blur and the background kind of haziness, it feels like a wartime photograph.
Yeah, it's I'll be the first one to admit I love black and white photography because, again, when you go black and white, I feel you're essentially saying I'm so confident in the shot that the subject is all that matters, not the effects and the color and any other Photoshop type of work. You know, you kind of rely on black and white to the subject, and that's exactly what TK did here. And it's a stunner. I mean, I would have to say the aperture here is very low. That's what Nick was talking about, how basically everything out of focus is all blurred out. Typically that requires, I'd say, anywhere from a 2, maybe a 3.5 aperture setting here to achieve that. But Nick, that's how you get that depth of field look, where you get the very poignant focus on the subject, but then everything else is kind of blown out and blurry.
Yeah, it's a beautiful shot.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, he got some particle effects in there. You got some bokeh. You know, everyone, if you take pictures, you know what bokeh means. That's where you get those light blasts in the background. It's just a great shot. And honestly, I love the caption he gave here. It just said "rough day."
Rough day. I feel that on a personal level. So TK.
Yeah, me too. This has been a rough Friday, and then Nick just like punched us all in the throat with his revelations on Instagram, so it got even more rough. But TK, great shot here, man. I mean, like I said, black and white, you're essentially saying, hey, I rest my laurels on the shot. Fuck the colors and the effects and all that stuff. This is about the shot.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful shot. So
right. I love it. I love black and white.
At TKBERGET on Instagram. Give him a follow.
Margaret. TK Barrett.
Fantastic shot. Next up, we have a beautiful Ray shot. TFA Ray shot from at ChezPix66. And what I really enjoy about this shot is you look at it, and as a Star Wars fan, you know it's Ray because it's a scavenger Ray from opening TFA. But it just it pops so much because of the setting in the background, the date, time of day in the background, the motion that you can feel in this picture with her walking you feel her walking towards the camera, and it almost captures that feeling that you had the first time you saw Rey on Jakku, kind of walking towards this giant Star Destroyer graveyard. After the Battle of Jakku, all these Star Destroyers crashed, and she was scavenging. That's how she made her living. And it that takes me back to the first time that I saw TFA when we first were introduced to Rey. So that's what I really enjoy about this image, is that it captures that feeling.
ChezPix, a.k.a. Chris, this guy, I believe he was featured alongside me at Celebration this year. To me, Chez is probably the best natural light photographer in terms of toy photography, Star Wars toy photography on Instagram. I would like to think that I'm good at natural lighting too, but I don't even come close to what this guy does. I don't know where he lives. He clearly... he's around the coast somewhere because he sometimes does a lot of beach shots. But if you look at this, I mean, there's no fake lighting here. This is all natural light. He uses a little atmosphere aerosol to kind of bump up the atmosphere, give you that haze look. But I would even contend the sun in the background is real.
Wow.
It's just... the guy, it's like he lives on the edge of the world. I mean, it's very similar to our buddy Lego Star Wars Tong.
Yeah.
Who cooks up these fucking absolutely ridiculously looking sunset shots. And this is what Chez has kind of made his bread and butter on, are taking outdoor natural lighting shots, usually during a golden hour, mostly during the evening golden hour. And that's what this one is. I mean, you can tell it's dusk, sun's almost gone, but it's just a beautiful capture. The lighting's perfect. The atmosphere's perfect. ChezPix66 is a fantastic follow. I don't know what the fuck a Nausicaa is.
Neither do
I. Nick's smarter than me. Maybe he knows what the fuck that is. But Nausicaa of Jakku, whatever. It sounds great. I don't care. The picture is phenomenal.
I think Nausicaa is a Hayao Miyazaki movie. Or I don't remember if it's a movie or if it's, yeah, it is. Nausicaa Valley of the Wind is the movie. So this is probably.
It's like some samurai shit, like old school George Lucas type of stuff.
No, so this is like if you watch like, I don't want to say like younger anime, but it is like it's like a more friendly anime. It's not like a violent anime style that Hayao Miyazaki has, but so this shot is essentially like it's like a scene. I imagine it's a scene recreation or an attempt at a scene recreation from this particular film from Nausicaa Valley of the Wind. So yeah, well done by Chespix. Good mixture of the Miyazaki universe and the Star Wars universe. Hats off to you, sir. Moving on to our next one, we have a fantastic portrait shot close up of Palpatine himself. And what really grabs me about this image is the way that the artist at Under the Mask, except the T of the is a 7, so Under 7 HE Mask on Instagram.
Internet lingo.
Yeah, you know.
It's handle lingo.
Speak. You know,
my initial handle was faux hammer replacing the E's with 3s, so I get it.
I know. I've seen the hammer of Buddha. With
I've since become hammer of Buddha, still keeping the 3s as E's.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're out there and you're on the internet, you know that 7 is a T. But what I really enjoy about what Under the Mask did with this Palpatine shot was the lighting and how he got it right across the eyes. But then he also added in a very fantastic yellow light effect to the eyes to make them really glow.
I do appreciate that because any Palpatine shot I've done the same thing where I've added yellow to his eyes to make them pop.
I was actually going to say that. This looks very similar to shots that I've seen you take and post on Instagram before. Like, that's what really caught me. I was like, holy shit, I've seen Matt do almost exactly the same.
I've recently started doing this, and I dropped a Gollum shot, or Smeagol, I guess, because he wasn't evil looking, but a Smeagol shot this week where I enhanced his blue eyes.
Oh, it looks fantastic, yeah.
While it still only went to maybe 3% of my followers, those that did see it seemed to enjoy it. And I like Nick said, that's what drew me to the shot. I mean, it's almost like there's a singular spotlight hitting him right in the forehead, eyes, and nose area.
You know what?
Which kind of drew me to it, but as just that glow, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard not to look at this.
It's funny if there are people out here who have watched the Addams Family movie recently, this is gonna seem totally weird until I get to it. But I call this lighting effect that Under the Mask has here, where it's just on the eyes of the character, the Morticia Addams lighting effect. Because if you go back and watch the original...
That is pretty fucking curious,
dude,
man.
If you go back and watch the original Addams Family movie...
All right.
Every time Morticia is on screen, it doesn't matter what the light's like for every other character, she will only have lighting across her eyes. Like, go back and watch it, and she will have this exact lighting every shot she's in.
We're talking about, like, the one from, what was it, like the late 90s?
Yeah.
Mid-90s?
Early 90s. Let me see.
It's right, where I believe the dad's dead at this point in time.
Yeah.
Oh, Angelica Houston played Morticia,
Houston
right?
played her, and then it was...
Who played Wednesday?
It was...
what's her name?
Christina
Ricci.
Yeah. Christopher Lloyd was Fester. Raul Julia was Gomez.
There you go. Yeah, Raul's the one that died already.
Yeah, I mean, this movie is fucking fantastic. I love.
It's a good
Addams
movie,
Family.
right?
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
I could watch Addams Family. The
well,
original.
they're doing. They're doing an animated version this year with Charlize as Morticia.
Yeah, I did see that, and I'm very interested to see it.
I'm all anything Charlize does. I'm all in. The Long Shot with her and Seth, fantastic.
Yeah. So. I'm telling you, if you haven't seen the Addams Family movie from 1991,
dropping Addams Family recommendations.
Go watch it and then look at this picture, and you'll be able to see like, holy shit, this is exactly.
I'm literally going to go look that up because I trust you. Because it is a very distinct lighting style. Like, it's a choice to make it look this way.
Oh, yeah. Like, my girlfriend and I have watched Addams Family a few times, and I brought it up to her. I was like, look at the way they light her eyes.
You can't pay her to watch Star Wars, but you guys are watching Addams Family over and over.
I will say this. She's watched.
I love it.
She's seen 5 Star Wars movies now. She's seen Solo.
Come on, Taylor. If you can watch Addams Family over and over, you can at least watch one of the Star Wars movies more than one.
We're coming at TFA next. TFA's the next one. But yeah, Addams Family is right up our alley. It's fun stuff. So
that's funny.
Coming around the corner, so fantastic shot here by Under the Mask.
Yeah, really, Under 7 he mask.
Yep, it really captures Palpatine's visage and
look at this
the
one.
eyes. Fantastic. Next up, we have a shot from Beru White Sun.
I love that name, by the way, Beru White Sun.
Yeah,
because wasn't that her name?
Aunt Beru, yeah.
Yep. But I think her name was White Sun.
I didn't know that was her last name.
I'm probably straight pulling it right out of my bung right now. But for some reason, the amount of beer I have in my head, it sounds right.
Maybe it is. Let me do a quick. We're on the internet here, people, if you don't know that. I'm going to do a quick. That is her real last name. Beru
Told you,
White
bitch!
Sun Lars.
I knew it! I'm not that fucking stupid after all.
Wow. So first off, that is a deep cut name. Fantastic.
I knew it, dude.
Like, I knew, like, wow. Well done by Beru White Sun.
Sometimes my brain isn't as damaged as I think.
I know you may have a lot of dead brain cells, but somewhere
there's not that many fucking holes in that gray matter, my friend.
You have like
she's still ticking.
You have a cluster.
She can still regurgitate the nonsense.
Yeah, a cluster.
Maybe
of
not
brain
the important
cells.
stuff in life, but I can remember who fucking Aunt Beru's last name.
Yeah, her maiden name.
That's important in life. That is important in life.
Perfect.
Exactly. Right. You're exactly right, because her name should be Beru Lars.
Yeah.
But no, for some reason, I knew it was White Sun.
Perfect. So this shot by Beru White Sun, what I love about this is that it takes the new and it incorporates the old. So it takes,
and that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah,
here.
It takes the scene in the Rise of Skywalker trailer where Rey is jumping over Kylo's TIE fighter or his TIE interceptor, and doing this amazing flip. And what he does is he takes it and he adds in Luke Skywalker and he adds in a TIE bomber, I believe, right?
Yeah, it's a TIE bomber.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably, and again, hey, Beru, if you're listening, which you may or may not, you never know who's actually listening. By no means is this a critique, but if you had a TIE interceptor,
yeah, that would have been
that would have been perfect. But this is still perfect.
This is beautiful. I mean,
don't get me wrong. I love the TIE bomber because it was literally seen in a frame in Empire. And the motherfucker was blue, just like every other TIE fighter in Empire.
Yeah. I mean, I love this shot so much because it's...
Have we ever figured out, Nick, are TIE fighters gray or blue?
I think they're gray because of we see them for a second in the hangar bay of... Oh, what was it? We saw a TIE in a hangar bay.
Well, I think in Jedi you see some shit hanging from the hangar.
And they're gray.
But I can tell you right now, guess what color the toy was back in the 80s?
It was blue?
It's fucking blue. It's fucking blue.
What the hell, man? So, yeah.
And if you watch Empire Strikes Black, they're fucking blue.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
If you watch A New Hope, they're gray.
I know what you're talking about because if you watch Empire, you're seeing him in space. Like, I don't know if it's some sort of glare that's coming in. Like, if he's like, I don't know.
No, you know what it is? It's called 1970s special effects models.
True. Good point.
And they didn't. I mean, come on. You're literally like hippies with long hair and beards building shit and blowing it up on a camera. I mean. They're like, hey, whatever. Yeah. All right, fuck it. We only have blue plastic.
Yeah,
for
it's
this
like
film.
we can't color match, so just use what we got.
But anyways, back to the shot. I mean, as Nick set up, it's Beru White Sun is remaking the opening of the TROS teaser, but he's calling it The Rise of Young Skywalker, which is even more brilliant. And it's Luke leaping over instead of Rey, and it's fantastic. And more importantly, my friend, It's 3 3/4 inch. I can't stress enough how hard it has to be to take shots of these figures, because they don't nearly have the articulation of a 6-inch figure. A lot of times you can only bend their shoulders and maybe their legs. It looks like this one bends a little bit more than that. But I'm always impressed by those of you that shoot the 3.75 inchers and make them feel as if they're real people.
Oh, yeah,
and that's
dude.
what we got here.
That's what really is fantastic about the shot is the positioning of Luke. I mean, he's not in a full flip like Ray was, which I'd like. I'd like that.
Oh, it's a power. He's ready to power slam.
Oh yeah,
this
like
bitch.
he gave him his own position, and Luke is gonna come down on this fucking cockpit.
Yeah, he's coming down, going, yeah, so go, like he's gonna cut the whole motherfucking ship in half.
Yeah.
Where I believe Ray, I'm telling you right now, she's chopping off the right wing.
Yeah.
Take it to the bank. That right wing's coming off.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So fantastic shot here by Baru Whitesun. Fantastic handle at Baru Whitesun on Instagram. Deep cut shot. Everything's really great about this. Love it. Well done. The last shot we have here is another Ray shot, except we're not seeing Scavenger Ray like we saw for TFA. We're seeing Jedi Training Ray we see in TLJ.
Yeah, she's in her grays, people. You know what I'm talking about, because if you're in the know with action figures, you know there's Scavenger Ray or Jakku Ray. There's Island Journey Ray, right? That's the one where she's wearing her little, vest thing from the Resistance. Then, as Nick said, there is JTR, Jedi Training Ray.
And what I really...
And that's what we're looking at right here from my man, Toy.at.heart Austin. Great fellow, fantastic human, and also a stellar photographer.
Yeah, and what I really like about this shot is one, it's not trying to recreate anything. It's not like a recreation or a scene recreation shot from a movie. He's taking it, he's giving her the Skywalker family blade. He's giving her some companions in the background, more than likely Resistance fighters.
Oh, they are. These are your generic, Resistance trooper figures.
Yep. And putting her in an environment that we've never really got to see Rey in before. And could we see something similar to this in TROS? Absolutely. She's got the Skywalker family blade back, but her outfit is a litot different.
Right. She'll be wearing her whites with a hood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
she got a hoodie.
I really enjoy this
Speaking
shot.
Of, dude, do you not want to see Rey with her hood on?
Oh, yeah, dude. I hope that there's like a shot similar to what we got in ROTJ with Luke where he's walking into...
like the first time we saw him with his hood, where he flips it up like a pimp, like, yo.
Yeah, I love that. So I hope we do get a little bit of hooded Rey here. But this shot's fantastic. The environmentals around it, the atmosphere in the background, this new, it's like a determined, very action, I don't want to say action oriented, but a determined look is the best way to put it from Rey, like walking towards a goal. So.
She looks motivated.
Yes, motivated. Perfect.
Nick, you know what I like in this shot? I don't know if you'll be able to figure it out, but the moon.
The moon, yeah. It's like a little thumbnail moon.
I don't know if that's if that's real or if he dubbed that in. Either way, it's a fantastic touch. It to me, it makes the shot. I mean, the atmosphere aerosol, huge. Love it. Definitely makes the shot more than it is. But that moon, man, I mean, that is like the stamp of excellence.
Oh, yeah. That's what it definitely stood out to me when I was scrolling through our feed and looking for the top 5 this week. Like that moon, like if you would have taken out the moon, some people would say like, oh, well, it's not that noticeable, but it is like it is a bright spot in the background that catches your eye. And
my eye in this shot goes to Rey and then right to the moon.
Yep. So fantastic use. Yeah, like you said, I'm not sure if that's like put in and if you put that in later or if that was actually the moon when he took this shot, but it works very, very well right here, and it really does add something to this already fantastic shot.
Just like my cat licking his asshole adds a lot to my casting experience.
Yeah, I mean, if that doesn't happen at least once a cast,
I'll tell you what, if you have a cat licking their asshole about an inch from your face, it is a pleasant smell.
So this is a fantastic shot. Toy@heart, toy.at.heart on Instagram. And that's our top 5 for the week.
Yeah, buddy.
And I will follow up this with a written explanation of what we went over at the beginning of this top 5.
I know. I mean, I fucked Nick up. I told him we'd be less than an hour. But when he went down that tangent, my friends, I had to let him keep going.
Yeah.
That was really good insights into the pain a lot of you are probably feeling on Instagram. I thank Nick for sharing those insights. I mean, he's a professional in this space. He's a programmer. He knows the ins and outs of social media, action, marketing, advertising, organic reach, this, that, and the other thing. So fantastic, my friend. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, man. So we covered all our topics. Just real quick, I just wanted to throw this at you. I'm not trying to keep you any later. I just saw this, but it's been confirmed that the second sister in Fallen Order is not Barriss Offee.
Okay, that's actually very interesting.
Because she's been described as a former Jedi.
Yeah. I mean,
right? So a lot of people are going, is it Barriss? Because if you've watched the Clone Wars, you know what happened there. I mean, Barriss is the reason Ahsoka essentially gets kicked out.
Yep.
But it's been confirmed she is not. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Good stinger here, and that's a good call, because I think it would have been interesting if they did.
Oh, I would have loved it. Yeah. I'm kind of disappointed it isn't, but
yeah,
whatever. I get it.
You know, they want to build their own world. I wonder if we'll get a reveal on who the second sister is.
We have to, and I think that's a cast once we start doing kind of our countdown to the Clone Wars returns. I think that's something we definitely talk about, because she played a major role in the trajectory of a major character. I mean, she's why Ahsoka ultimately left the Order, and ultimately why I think Anakin again felt disenfranchised.
Exactly,
because of how bad the Masters fucked her over without knowing the truth, and ultimately kind of discounted him. So, I'd love to see that in the Clone Wars returns, and I hope. I mean, in Dave we trust, right?
Yes, in Dave Filoni we trust.
All right, my friends, so that wraps up this episode of Star Wars Time Show. Hopefully you got some great information out of it. If anything, Nick laid down a masterclass in Instagram algorithm hell, which I appreciate, and I think the rest of you will too. In the meantime, you know what you can do for us, my friends, as Nick is dropping those knowledge bombs on your face for free. I mean, the guy's a pro. He could charge you, most consultants in his space could charge upwards of $150 an hour. He's giving you that shit for free. So what you can do for us is go to StarWarsTime.net. You can go to our subscribe page, first off, and subscribe to the podcast on your platform of choice. And if you say, hey, guys, you don't have my platform of choice, what I'll say is go fuck yourself. Okay? Because we do. We have every platform you could want for your podcast, listening needs. We even have our RSS feed posted, so you can download it and throw it in whatever reader you need. You can email the podcast to yourself. You can get in Spotify, iTunes, Google, Android. It's literally everywhere. If you dig around your butthole, you may even find it there. So StarWarsTime.net, that's where we're always going to tell you to go to find the goods, to find where you can subscribe, like, rate, review, sub to YouTube too. Can't forget about that. And why do we say this all the time, people? It's because it's what keeps us going. We need that stuff to fuel the machine, to climb the charts, to bust through the SEO wall that Google has thrown up in front of us. All right? And the only people that can help us do that, outside of Nick and I trying not to sound like idiots, are you, our friends, Star Wars fans. All right, buddies and buddyettes, until next time, may the Force be with you, always.